Okay, folks, welcome back to another edition of Action Figure Imagery. Today we're looking at G.I. Joe Classified series, Carl Doc Greer. Doc is his code name. Many of you know him simply as just Doc. Brand new G.I. Joe Classified figure came out not too long ago. I purchased him at a local Walmart. So up close to the packaging, you see all the nice accessories he comes with. When you purchase the original vintage figure from the 1980s, he already has his goggles and helmet sculpted on, I'm sure. I think it's sculpted on back then. Now you can see what he looks like without his glasses now for the first time, and I'm not sure ever, probably in toy form, that is. The comic books might have had him without his glasses. The old comics. And you see on the back, there he is on the battlefield right there, on the back of the packaging. And then you see his other talents on the side. You can see those real well, hopefully. And you see that little barcode right there. Alright. And now you've seen Doc in the packaging. Now let's have a look at Doc and his accessories out of the packaging. Okay, folks, here we have Carl Doc Greer out of the packaging, as we know him as simply as just Doc, from having the vintage action figure from the 1980s over the years. That's what he's known for, and I know that I have him with some of his gear on him, with his helmet and his glasses on, even though the figure himself is shown without his shades and his helmet. But this is how us old school fans remember him. This is the look that we remember him, with the glasses on. But it's very nice that he now has a movable helmet and movable shades. Excuse me from sniffling, a little under the weather, a little sneezing, stopped up nose. But I never noticed this before in the past, or I don't know if this is on a past vintage figure, but look closely at his helmet and you'll see that he has some pill bottles on the side of each helmet. There's like the prescription medication on the side of his helmet. You know, I never noticed that until now. I'm not sure if it's on a vintage figure. And also take a close look at his face. You can see his eyes behind the shades. It's pretty cool, realistic too. And the vintage toy was not like that. As I try to let you get a better, closer view of the figure. And he has the word medic on the side of his shirt sleeve. Maybe it's better if I zoom in instead of trying to move the figure closer to the camera. I think it's best if I just zoom in on the features and let you get a good look at the figure, all the accessories that it has. And there's his holster for his gun, one of his guns. Well, yes, he has two guns. There's another holster right there. And this came with the figure, the vest. This is another one of the accessories I put on right here, I think. Water pouch, it looks like it. And there's another water pouch. These can come off, by the way. And this can come off also, I think, if you want to remove it. Yes, it can. It's movable. And the glasses and the helmet are kind of hard to put on at the same time. I suggest you put the helmet on first and then the glasses. That's how I did it. Whichever works best for you. But for me, putting the helmet on first and the glasses second worked better for me. So I tried. It's kind of tough putting the helmet over the glasses without the glasses falling off his face. And let me put him to the side and look at his accessories. My favorite accessory that comes with Doc is the stretcher, and I did not even know that this came with the figure. Look at that. It's hidden in that corner, and it's movable too. It's bendable, and you can have him carry someone who's injured in battle with another figure. This is my favorite accessory that came with Doc. I thought that my favorite accessory of him was going to be the helmet and the glasses, but that's not the case. Here's another one of his accessories, pouch. I guess that's like a, maybe, no, not a kit. I'm not sure what that is. And here's another, here's his medical kit right here. I'm assuming that's what that is. You can put that on him, on his suit, on his outfit, and he comes with 2 guns. This is my favorite gun of his right here, this orange pistol of his. Did the vintage figure come with an orange gun? For those of you that have collected the vintage figures, he has that orange gun, and then he has a regular gun, pistol, right there. And the orange pistol, by the way, reminds me of another character from another toy line that has an orange gun. And I'm thinking of Web Store of the Masters of the Universe toy line. Except Web Store comes with a orange machine-like gun rather than a pistol compared to Doc. And let me see if I can move the camera up to Doc's face again. Zoom out rather. There we go. Okay, now let's see a video image of Doc and another character. 2 more characters. One's going to be on the stretcher, and the other is going to be helping Doc carry the person, the injured person. So I'll be right back. Okay, folks, here's the video portion of Doc carrying someone on a stretcher. Here's the help with Gung Ho, the first Gung Ho figure that was made for the vintage one. And Shipwreck is the injured person. But as you can see, it would probably be wise to either put a shorter female figure on the stretcher rather than a taller male figure. I would prefer, it would look better if you do either a short male or a female figure, because the female figures are a little bit shorter, and you'll see what I'm talking about, what I'm referring to. Once we go to the slideshow, you'll see what I'm referring to. Because as you see here, Shipwreck's foot is almost touching Gung Ho's arm, and you would have to. Now the male figures are a little bit heavier, but that's no problem. Just pick a figure that can hold. You can move it around if you want to for action figure photography. As Doc holds his end, and Gung Ho or whoever you choose hold the other end, and carry the injured G.I. Joe back to recovery. They'll fix his injuries or whatever, or bruises, his or her injuries or bruises. And also you can see the Shipwreck's head is kind of touching Doc's midsection. So if you're going to have any action figure photography doing this, you may want to pick a short male or a female character. A shorter character, Tunnel Rat, I think, is one of the shorter Joes. If you have him in your collection, he'll probably fit on there without touching someone's chest or feet, or I mean, not feet, but belly and their head, touching everybody. Because Shipwreck's a little on the taller side. But yeah, I like this a lot. This is a very fun accessory to have. And you can move it without worrying about him falling off. Carrying him off the battlefield, carrying an injured soldier off the battlefield. And back to just Doc himself again. I'll put these 2 to the side. If you want to see Doc's face, if you want to know how to, you can remove the glasses and the helmet. The helmet has a chin strap, so you'll have to go up like that and remove his. I'm sure many of you already know how to do it, but I'm going to be careful not to make sure the glasses don't fall to the floor and I end up losing them. So I'm going to do my best not to lose them. To remove the helmet, all you have to do is just raise the chin strap up, and then stubborn, it doesn't want to come off. See if I can try a little bit harder, because I'm trying to get, for those of you who want to see Doc's face in video form, there we go. And there's a close-up of his face. Let me zoom in instead of, there we go. Now you see Doc without the helmet, and I don't know if any of you can see that. He's supposed to be an older gentleman. You can see he has a little gray on the sides right there. He has a little gray in his hair, so he must be an older character. And when you see him on the side of the box, he looks pretty young. And like I think I mentioned this before, this can be removed, as you see this, and you can get vintage looking Doc right here. So as I accidentally took off the backpack he comes with. He comes with a ton of accessories. And as you all know about the articulation, for you newbies, they're not familiar with the articulation. I'll go over the articulation before moving on to the slideshow real quick. Head can move down. Not the head movement, downward head movement, not that good. So the upward head movement, about like that. Swivel at the shoulder. Swivel right here. You got the elbow bend, swivel at the wrist. You got the ab crunch is hard to see because of the armor. And the waist twist, you got upper thigh swivel. And you can't see that neither because this right here, this gear is in the way. And he has knee articulation. He can bend back like that. And articulation at the foot. And this can bend downward too, but it's going to be more unlikely because his pants leg comes down, way down a lot, to prevent from bending it back like that. So still a pretty cool figure. I like Doc. He's very fun. Comes with some cool accessories. My favorite, I'm sorry, I hit the camcorder. My favorite accessories of his is are his shades, his helmet, and the stretcher. Those are my favorite accessories that belong to him. He's a very cool figure. You see, he stands easily too. One of my favorite G.I. Joe figures, classified figures so far. And now let's have a look at Doc in a slideshow. Okay, folks, here we are finally at the slideshow of Carl Doc Greer. And as you can see in this picture, he, unlike the vintage figure, he is I was going to say unmasked, but doesn't have his glasses on or his helmet on. He has his glasses on that side, as you can see. But the vintage 3-inch, how do you say it, 3.5, how they say it, 3 1/4, they come, his helmet is fully attached and so are his shades. But this classified figure, you see the skills, you would have to scan a QR code, I'm assuming, with your phone. And look at all the accessories he comes with. The stretcher, by the way, is hard to see when you're using the packaging. You don't notice the stretcher until you remove him out of the packaging, because all those other accessories can easily be seen. And you see, that's what he looks like when you immediately take him out of the packaging. But all those other accessories, his guns and his medical kits, you can see those with the figure still in the packaging. But that hammock is kind of like covered up by the corners of the packaging. It's kind of hidden in a way. You really don't know it's there until you remove the action figure out of the packaging. And as you view all the areas of Doc from each side, and you see those gray patches of hair on his head and on the corner, and you see the word medic on his sleeve, and I'm assuming that Doc must be an older G.I. Joe character. And you see another patch of gray I don't know if you saw it real good in the video portion, but hopefully you see it better now in the picture version. And here's a not a good shot, not a good picture right there. But you can see like he has wrinkles in his forehead a little bit, and as if he's definitely an older guy. But that last picture was kind of blurry. Unlike the previous Doc figures, you can see his eyes behind his shades this time. Is behind his glasses. There you go. You can see his eyes behind. It's pretty cool. I like that. You can the previous figures of this character, you can't see his eyes behind his shades, nor could you see his eyes, if my memory serves me correctly, in the G.I. Joe cartoon from the 1980s. You see he's a little brown 6 inches tall. And there you see all the accessories that he comes with, including his helmet and the gloves and the stretcher, the aforementioned stretcher. Love that orange pistol, by the way. That's pretty cool looking. And there's a stretcher stretched out. You see the peg. I forgot to mention the peg in the video portion. But that's where, notice how every G.I. Joe classified has a hole in their upper back. So that hole, that's the bottom of the stretcher. That hole would be perfect for you to use to put them on the stretcher without worrying about them falling off the stretcher. Now here you see Doc with his helmet but no shades. As I give you different looks of the character. However you prefer the characters to look, you prefer them without the shades, you prefer them with the shades. Helmet only, no shades. It's all kind of display options with G.I. Joe classified figures, and you get a closer look at the medic written on his left shoulder. But there's all kind of display options with these figures. That's what makes them so fun. You look at those, look at the pills, look at the prescription pills on the side of his helmet. The bottles for, I guess you could say those might be pain pills, I guess you could say, since they're in battle. And because people just can't take any kind of medicine, so I'm assuming those are probably pain pills that Doc has on his helmet. Pain. I wonder, do the other Doc figures have anything like that on them? Probably not, but there he is next to the stretcher and one of his guns, the black gun at the time. And he has the glasses on. And there he is with the orange gun. And the other gun he had is down in his backpack. I think that's a backpack back there. Not a backpack, but a holster, back holster. Look closely, you can see a little bit of the white portion of his eye behind the shades. And there he is next to Duke and Lady J. And in the next picture, they're going to be carrying Lady J on a stretcher. Duke and Doc will. First there's Lady J on the stretcher. Now she fits a lot more easier because she's a female figure compared to Shipwreck in the video portion, who didn't fit that well. See, she touches Duke's stomach a little bit, but she doesn't touch his Doc's belly. So female figures would probably be perfect for the stretcher for display toy photography purposes, more so than the male figures. And also the female figures weigh less too than the male figures, so more than likely the female figures would be perfect for the stretcher photos for your tour photography needs. As you now view scan images of the packaging. The previous pictures were pictures taken with the camera. These are images with the scanner to the computer. And that's it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Everyone have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video.